What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today we are taking a look at the second car ever made by BMW M. This is the BMW XM, and it is a massive, imposing, weird-looking, dystopian, robotic thing. It is a... well, it's controversy on wheels, basically. Everyone is looking at it, and most people, I think, basically instantly hate you. I think you'll have a hard time merging onto roads and stuff like that, but it is here, it is square, and well, I kind of like the front. There, I said it. I thought it was so hideous, but now in this like black on black thing in the evening with this gorgeous light, I'm kind of digging this one. I really am. We had like an introduction at BMW, and it was this blue greenish color with a lot of night gold accents, like gold wheels, gold everything, and I thought it was such a tacky machine. But in this black on black spec, kind of like it. I think it looks kind of mean. It looks like something a villain would drive in Tron or in Blade Runner. And I think that most of you probably think that I just lost my mind, but I just do. I can't help it. We'll take a look at the rest of the car soon, but let's start at the front. I'm going to show you around it, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. Now, of course, the massive grille with the illuminated edge is the elephant in the room. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's quite obnoxious, to be honest. It's a bit tacky and over the top, but I think it suits this car really well because it is an in-your-face car. It is a statement car, and I quite like it that way. It has a lot of like big air intakes, air vents. Everything is really square and boxy, which I like anyway. And then we've got the split headlight design, which I think works a lot better on this car than it does on the i7. It's less, I don't know, it's less squinty, more just aggressive. I don't know what's happening to me. We've got a gold XM badge, of course, which is, yeah, is a bit tacky. And we've got a couple of problems with this car, really. There are no small issues. It's like really to the core of this car, there is something so wrong with it. And that is what we're going to explore today. And we're going to see if I change my mind about anything else, because apparently that is what this car has done to me. So as I said, we've got a black on black car, 23-inch massive wheels in black and silver, which is great. As I said, they are available in gold. Please do not do that. They are hideous. But I think because the car is like very busy, there's a lot going on. The design, I mean, they didn't hold back. So there's a lot going on. You've got all these lines right there, right there. You've got an air vent right there. You've got one right there. Super low bumper. And then you have all those lines on the bonnet. Two headlight units basically. And then those side things. So a lot is happening. And then when you get to the side, even more is going on with all these lines, and then this side skirt, which is very high, and then this weird line that goes up, and then this goes down, and then there's so much happening that I think that is why this car, I think, works better in black. I think if you have this like in a dark blue with a tartufo or a beige interior, just a little bit more like, it's a little bit more sober. This is very villainous, as I said, but I think it works. So that's this part of the car. I actually think that works. So we've got the wheels, as I said, we've got these 23-inch massive wheels with behind that regular steel brakes. So I don't know who I have to call at BMW, but this is some of the most nonsensical decision making I have ever experienced in my life as a car journalist. 2,700 plus kilos, this car, 2,700 kilos. It is the first SUV built by M, okay? It is only the second car built fully by M after the M1. And then you don't put ceramic brakes on this car. With a top speed of 270, the label red, which is a more powerful version with a top speed of 290 kilometers an hour, You also don't have ceramic brakes on that one. It is just completely ridiculous. It's BMW Motorsport. Someone should have said, okay guys, we can't let the customers go out with this massive car that is super heavy, goes 290, and then put like regular steel brakes on it. I don't get it. So that is basically the first of a few problems I've got with this car. But we'll come back to that later. XM badge on the side here. You've got this like inlay going across the side, which kind of, I think that kind of works. It makes the car a bit smaller. But then I think this is also the line that they painted red on the label red, which just makes it look like the van of the A-team, right? BA Baracus van. I don't get that. I can't imagine that no one at BMW said, oh, that's a bit like the A-team van, guys. Maybe we should do something else. Maybe we should do it like in silver or something like that. That was like the first thing I thought when I saw it. Oh, wrong key. So, rear lights. A lot going on at the rear as well. So this I really don't like. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Let me know what you think of the styling, both front and rear. The rear is not my friend. I don't like it. I don't like the exhaust tips. There's a valve in there, as you can see, but they are actually connected. Okay, this is progress. These are real exhaust tips. Yes, BMW. Very good. Yes. Shit is happening. Okay, so we'll let this slide. Okay, the exhaust, I don't like the placement. I think it's but they are real, so yeah, I'm going to let that one slide. Other than that, it is just a weird thing, and I was thinking about why does it look so weird? There's something wrong with it. Something is off. So first they put the badge on the left. Normally those badges are on the right, like the M thing. But also there's no BMW logo right there. And then I thought, where is it? Yeah, there it is. It's in the glass. And this is basically like a little wink, a little kickback to the M1 supercar that they made in the 70s, which is the other full-blown M car, like the only M car ever made basically before this car. And they thought it was a good idea to, that's my grandpa, and then this. It's very brave. It's very ballsy, to say the least, I would say, but okay. Apparently, yeah, they thought that was a good idea. Okay, so you get this super plush bag for your charge cables, which I think is a very nice touch. See, all your cables in there. And then you have like an XM badge. So yeah, good job, like that. And then underneath here, you've got your batteries and stuff like that. So you've got quite a high floor. So not that much space. And let's also have a look at the rear seats. Forgot about that because it is a very spacious car, this. So you've basically got like a 7 Series rear seat. It's super spacious. I mean, this is my position. That is a lot of space. And then you've got this Bowers & Wilkins audio system. Yeah, that is proper metal. And then you've got this like nice leather thing going on here. Super big door pockets. And if you close it, you can see that it just continues into like the rear seat, which I really like. I love that bit. The fact that it just runs into the rear seats from the door is a very cool touch. A lot of ambient lighting, and then you've got this roof, which is just nuts, with like that geometrical pattern in there, and this, I mean, this looks so futuristic. So, what a journey. Let's have a look at the engine, because this is where we arrive at another problem of this car, like a core issue, which is that the XM was announced as like the first full-blown M SUV, only the second car ever built by M. We've got a S68 4.4 V8 bi-turbo plug-in hybrid, also the first plug-in hybrid by M. And this one is very powerful, so we've got 653 horsepower and like 800 Newton meters of torque. The label red has 753 horsepower and 1000 newton meters of torque. So power wise, there's no issue here with the XM and the XM team. It's just that they also announced an XM50E with the B58, like a plug-in hybrid B58, 476 horsepower. What is M about that? I don't get that. I mean, you can't say that you built a full-blown M car and then make an XM50E. So the very essence of this car, they just completely annihilated it, and they should have just called it an X8. And this is an X8M, and the label red is an X8M competition. And then you have an X850E. Right? I think that makes more sense, honestly. So we've got the charge port right here. If you have a full charge, full battery, it does like 82 to 88 kilometers on it. And of course, the rest of the time it aids the regular drivetrain. And in here, I quite like this interior. I like the dash, it's high. The center console is high. You've got this super beautiful matte carbon, which I really like. This piece here, beautiful. Yeah, quite like that. Dual screen setup, and then the doors again with those Bowers and Wilkins speakers. Those are these triangles again from the the i7 and the 7 series and stuff. Are they like freaking Illuminati? What is happening with these triangles everywhere at BMW now? That is weird. Beautiful bucket seats as well with an illuminated XM badge there. Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, Alcantara headliner is nice as well. And then if you start the car up, you've got an animation in the roof lighting. So pay attention. It's the M colors going front to rear. There they go. That is pretty sick. The things they come up with now, it's crazy. Now, being a plug-in hybrid, of course, when you start it up, let's do it again, you get the cool lights, but also no sound. Because it starts up in electric mode, and when I release the brake, it immediately turns off again. So, let's start it up, and then we'll hit M1. And you can hear the V8 come to life. Let's turn down the climate a little bit, because otherwise it's very loud. And let's go for a drive. We are in M1 mode, which means I'll show you the setup. So we've got Sport Plus, no recuperation, Sport Plus for the suspension as well, everything basically in sport mode. We've got an M hybrid button down here as well, so hybrid, electric and e-control are the choices for that. E-controls basically get as much charge as possible. We've got just under a quarter of battery there, so it should be enough to show you guys what it will do like off the line and stuff like that. Okay, let's hit the road. We have to hurry up a bit because the sun has set, but we should have enough time to have some fun. Now, again, there are a few issues driving this car on a B road. Oh, horses. It is very, very fast. It also stays very, very flat. Like cornering speeds and stuff like that is very impressive. Because it has 48 volt stabilization, active stabilization, and it even has like M5 suspension bushings and stuff like that. So it's a very like stiff, hard, firm car, and that kind of defeats the purpose of like this big ass luxury SUV, right? It's always firm, even if you have it in comfort mode. If you hit a speed bump or like a little pothole or a ridge on the road or whatever, it's too stiff. Let's do a launch. So, foot on the brake, full throttle. That is launch control. Oh, and it absolutely shoots off the line. That's 0 to 100. 4.3 claimed by BMW, and I did like a 4.05 or something like that. So, definitely 4 seconds, 0 to 100 is possible. And I have to say, It's quite an impressive car to drive fast on a B road, even though you don't have that much feel through the steering wheel. I don't really feel what is happening, but as soon as you turn it in, you're like, okay, there it is. But it's a bit strange, really. And you can also slide it around as usual. So some bits are really impressive on like a B road, but you know, full attack mode is what this car is actually quite good at, but it doesn't know how to like tone down. And I also feel like if you drive it in hybrid mode, it can feel a bit jolty, it's not very sophisticated, which is weird. Also, when I shift down, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it kind of moves forward a little bit, which is something that hybrids nowadays don't really do anymore, but this car does do it. And it sometimes has like a weird upshift, and you can feel the engine turning on and off, and I don't really understand it. It doesn't feel that smooth. So onto the Autobahn we go. This is pretty damn impressive, actually. Okay, here we go. Full throttle. As I said, top speed is 270 kilometers an hour with the M driver spec for the regular XM. And all the interior lighting turned red because I hit Sport Plus, I think. It is okay fast. For 650 horsepower, should it be quicker? I don't know. I did like a 9.35 second 100 to 200, which is not bad, but also not very quick. That's the top speed. Yeah. I mean, it's quick. It's very planted. So, you know, the things that you don't really expect from a car like this. Like with the plushness and this over-the-top interior, I would expect it to be a little bit more luxurious and not like this full attack mode all the time car, which is kind of a strange combination. It feels like they tried to do it both, you know. It feels like they tried to make like an X7, combine that with an X6M, and you get this, but they also wanted it to be both, like super comfy and plush, but also full attack crazy SUV. And I think it just made this like weird chassis. Okay, let's do a launch. Ooh. What's up, buddy? So another launch control, full throttle. You can see the power down there, and there we go. It's very aggressive. So that is quite impressive. It's just the weird thing for me is, you know, if you drive an X5 or an X6M, it's just a better driving experience because it's a much lighter car, it's more compact, so it's a way better handling car. But they also suffer from that super hard, super stiff suspension. So does an X3M competition. And with this one, it's just even more. It's even more over the top. So it just leaves me with this like weird feeling. Like, what is this car? What is it? And I seem to be the only one who has that issue, because apparently they are selling them left and right. They're selling a lot of them, and yeah, I mean, I guess they did a good job, because a lot of people want this car. I mean, this is pretty impressive, right? Bumps, boom, boom. 2,700 kilos. I don't think I've ever driven a car that says get out of my way more than this thing. I mean, what a freaking crazy machine. It really is. It really is. Yeah, I mean, I could do this for a long time, and the car as well, but hey, it is quite a good drivetrain performance-wise. It's just not very sexy, it's not very charismatic, and I don't really like the way they integrated the electric and the petrol stuff. You know, the electric motor is integrated into the gearbox, but I feel like it's not as smooth as in other cars. I don't know what is happening with that. Maybe they did it on purpose, but yeah, I'm not sure. It's not my favorite hybrid drivetrain. So I'm going to end it here. I hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video or this playlist. See you at the next one. Bye.